Coming up next on the Jeff Crilley Show, there are so many incredible things happening in downtown Dallas. We'll be talking to the president and CEO of Downtown Dallas, Inc. next.
Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's icebox.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team, and the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is the Jeff Crilley Show.
Well, as you saw in that open, I left TV news in 2008, and by 2009, I had the great fortune of working with Downtown Dallas, Inc. And I remember at the time they were describing for me this amazing place where live, work, play, and everybody would be living in downtown. And the joke at Channel 4 was you could roll a bowling ball through downtown Dallas at 5 o'clock on a Friday night and not hit anyone. So when I started to work with Downtown Dallas, Inc., I was like, really? Is this really going to happen? And obviously, you've seen what's happened to downtown, Klyde Warren Park, the Arts District. It's just so impressive. I couldn't think of a better person to invite on the show than the new president and CEO of Downtown Dallas, Inc., Jennifer Scripps. Thanks for coming on the show.
I am so glad to be here.
Wow.
Good to be with you.
And you joined the organization 2 years ago, and you were just coming out of the pandemic. So
Yes.
you had a little bit of a challenge, didn't you?
Yes, I joined in April 2022, and it's hard to believe, but really downtown and major cities across the country were really trying to convince everybody, okay, it's time to come back to work in the office, come back to shows, come back to events. You know, we've built all these beautiful parks, and we wanted to activate them on the weekends. The farmers market was, you know, it is still fully leased and booming 7 days a week. But back then, it felt a little slow certain days of the week, and really we've seen a steady growth. Our tourism industry had fully rebounded by the end of 2022,
Yes.
which was tremendous. All sorts of good indicators, and then there's just so many good things to look forward to. But how quickly 2.5 years flies.
Amazing. Well, I went on your YouTube channel. There's a great overview video. Let's go ahead and roll that.
Thank you.
I think the workforce has changed, and I think it's really about higher purpose. They want to enjoy the experience, and so work, play, and live together. This idea, being able to walk to a park, being able to have balance even during your day, is a really important aspect.
So it's tantamount for businesses today to be able to offer basically their team, their family, quality work environment inside the space and outside the space. And downtown accomplishes that.
I live downtown, which has been fun. My commute's 5 minutes from door to door, and then 10 minutes if I'm walking. I really don't even have to leave downtown to have everything I need.
What is exciting about downtown Dallas is its walkability. You want this to be a live, work, play area. Now we have a contiguous arts district. We've expanded from 68 acres to 118 acres. It's our goal to be walkable, to make it connect to other neighborhoods.
I think that with us looking at building community by putting in grocery stores and parks and ways in which people can be outside and enjoy each other and the environment, I think is going to continue to grow. I think we're going to have more people living in downtown than we do today.
We're smack in the middle of the hub of downtown. It is amazing what it has done for our morale and the ability to attract and retain folks because we're sitting in downtown Dallas and it's visible.
It's a great adventure for everyone
many places to have lunch, restaurants, many places to do happy hours or things after the office. You have the parks, you have places to walk, and you have a lively place. It's really vibrant. You have a lot of people, so it's a great place for young people and for everyone to really be able to grow.
Downtown is the heartbeat of the city. It is the center of culture in lots of ways. In terms of, what is kind of being in touch with real people, it is the arts, it is business, and so I feel like it was critical for us to surround ourselves with that kind of an environment in order to do the best job that we could do.
Everything is within steps of your door, whether you want restaurants or parks or easy access to things like Deep Ellum or Victory Park or the Arts District or the Farmers Market. It's all within a pretty short walk. That sets downtown apart.
I live downtown, I work downtown. I love it downtown, and to see the activities that are sprawling up now downtown, the Discovery District, what's happening with the different green spaces and the parks.
Come down to our headquarters and the Discovery District, you'll see kids coming and playing. They're watching our giant media wall. We're connected to the community. And this place, this space, the Discovery District, is somewhere where they're able to see that happen.
Vibrancy matters. You want to be where the action is. And the action has been in downtown Dallas, and it's going to continue to be.
What an incredible video.
Well, thank you. We like to show off everything we have.
Right. And it's not like you look at that every day, but as I was watching you kind of watch the video and you're like, yeah.
No, it's funny. I don't get to talk to all of our stakeholders every single day, but I'm so proud in the variety of bars and restaurants. Yes. The walkability was mentioned. And, I have young kids. We were chatting before the show, and the ability to come downtown and kind of be like, well, I don't know exactly what we're going to do, but we are going to walk from this end to the AT&T Discovery District, and I promise you'll get fed and you'll be entertained. Here we go.
And do your kids appreciate what you do? And
they
your
do,
role?
and they're always intrigued. And it's never a dull day in downtown Dallas. So I tend to have fun stories about whatever convention is in town or what big event. I mean, the eclipse this past year was so wonderful because downtown really welcomed the entire world. All of the eclipse chasers, and they came for 4 or 5 days, some of them, and really checked out the city, and we could see them. We could, see them kind of the weekend before, and I'm really looking forward to FIFA World Cup. Dallas is going to host 9 games.
Oh my goodness.
Each one equivalent to a Super Bowl. And it's amazing. And when you think about us kind of being the welcome spot for the entire world, the world's largest sporting event, I'm really excited about that.
Which hotels, restaurants will be booked.
Everything. Watch parties in parks, the AT&T jumbo screen at the Discovery District, and really doing it. I think Dallas is so hospitable. We are a welcoming place. You hear that with Y'all Street, all the financial services companies that are choosing to be in Dallas. But I love that we get to do that in downtown.
Wow, what an honor. She's a great communicator, and she's also a great speaker. I found her State of Downtown speech. Let's go ahead and roll a little bit of that.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Downtown Dallas, Inc. President and CEO, Jennifer Scripps.
Good morning and welcome to Downtown Dallas, Inc.'s 2024 State of Downtown. In just a few minutes, I'll be speaking with Interim City Manager Kimberly Beiser-Tolbert, but first, I'm going to walk us through DDI's perception survey. And we do this every 2 years where we go and talk to the people that we serve and who live and work in downtown. And really validate what do we think we're seeing and what are we hearing, but hearing it from our customers. And so we did this last in 2022. But in the meantime, we did a whole strategic plan for our organization. This had not been done in a long time. And our work every day is grounded in our mission, which is to be the champion of a clean and safe downtown and to do everything we can for the economic development and vibrancy of this community. And yes, we know there are unique districts within the downtown loop, but we are thinking about all of them and the grand total. How do we do this? We mobilize and amplify the services of the public agencies. We couldn't do it without the police and the Parks Department and economic development partners. We advocate for catalytic economic development, the convention center, possibly a new streetcar expansion, and all of the private investment that's flowing into downtown. And last, but certainly not least, is we are stewards for certain public spaces, more than 20 acres of public green space, the medians, the sidewalks, and we care and steward with many partners, our unsheltered who are in downtown. And in total, we're doing this to elevate the quality of life for all of us and for the generations to come and the visitors and all of downtown stakeholders. When we talk about downtown, there's tremendous momentum. To kind of put some scope in your head, this past year, we finally broke that 15,000 resident threshold. My first 2 years, we kept saying almost 15,000. This year, we did it. We have $6 billion of economic development and currently underway. This builds on $8 billion that's already been invested in our community that we need to continue to support over the last couple of decades. 4,000 employers. We're an incredibly important business community with 20 active construction projects underway. And that accretes to incredible amenities. We have 50 residential properties with more coming, 30 hotels, and we know that number is going to grow with the convention center. All of the signature parks with 20 acres having been added of green space. What other city in the country can say that? And that really builds on our long-standing hub, as we are, for restaurants and bars and entertainment and arts. And we need to continue to grow that. We're looking at retail, all of that vibrancy.
And Jennifer shared with me, you're speaking in front of 700 people. That's a lot of pressure. That's a lot of pressure. And the 15,000 mark, you continue to grow.
Yes, I mean, it was really great to hear you talk about Courtney Garrett and John Crawford, my two predecessors, because you're right. In the early 2000s, when people would say downtown's going to become a thriving neighborhood, people would just give you this blank stare. And there were only a couple of hundred residents, one or two long-standing residential buildings. And through conversions, we've converted 40 buildings in downtown Dallas to residences and hotels. And then there's new out-of-the-ground construction that's been happening. We have a new building starting to lease up in Madera, St. Paul, by the First Presbyterian Church in the new Harwood Park. Those 15,000 residents are so important to creating a 7-day-a-week neighborhood. They're out walking their dogs. They get to know their neighbors. They have their local coffee shop, pub, hamburger place. So it really creates this balance between office workers, this balanced week that creates a safer neighborhood, a more vibrant neighborhood, and a place where people want to live. And then as Dallas has grown in stature, and you're really seeing this when people move from the coast, if I'm coming from Boston or San Francisco, you know, it's not that big of a deal to maybe only have a one-car household or to even live without a car.
I know.
And it's crazy, but it's more and more not seen as a atypical kind of living. And then the other thing that cracks me up are the baby boomers that tell us, gosh, we've raised our kids, and if there's one more thing the house needs, the pool, the roof, I just want to be able to turn the lock and leave. And we have 2 board members now at DDI that have done this. And I go, how's it living at One Arts? They're like, we love it. Wow. Yeah.
And it's very affordable, isn't it?
It is. It's affordable. And that's actually part of a mix of a healthy city, too. We have luxury. We have beautiful buildings. And then we have a range of prices because we don't want to be a downtown where the people who work in downtown, and we have a range of employers, you know, everything from hotels to law firms and everything in between, where people can't live near where they work. And we have Dallas College with El Centro, so we want students and people that are kind of working their way through school to have options. So there's a good, healthy range of options, and we want to keep it that way because I believe that's part of a healthy city.
Absolutely. Well, we have about a minute left, so final thoughts. What do you want to leave
people?
Well,
we're so excited for 2025. You know, we feel like there's been such great momentum, and with the continued development of our residential population, continuing to work with employers so that everybody wants to come and work in downtown because it's a great place to do business and be with colleagues, entertain clients, host events. We really feel like that momentum for building it and nurturing it at DDI is what gets us up every morning and makes us excited.
Wow. Well, thank you so much for sharing your heart and your wisdom with us, and congratulations on your success. We're going to end with the website, which is downtowndallas.com. The great Jennifer Scripps. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you.
You bet. That's it for now. We'll see you next time.